Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to reading for the week of June 5th. We're just going to jump right in here, Taurus. You have this card that says, there's no place like home. So some of you could be spending a lot of time at home this week, obviously. Now, there could also be like some sort of truth that you're seeing here. You have the Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So it's like to me, those are, well, the Queen of Swords especially and the Ace of Swords can be cards of truth or seeing the truth or something like that. And it could be about some sort of tower moment that you had already, like in the past. And it's probably something that has developed a lot of strength inside of you. So, I do feel like we are in a time where people are really looking at the tower moments that they've been through or just like their story. And, which is what I always say to you, because I think you're like the number one sign that really has the best opportunity to change your story or to, create the story that you really want in your life. And again, I'm not suggesting it's going to be easy, but if you put the work in, then you can do it. So, I really feel that a lot of you could be kind of creating a new story here in your life, something much better. Yeah, look, I mean, the end of this reading is amazing. So a lot of good stuff coming in here. And by the way, this right here could just be a move. The tower can simply represent a move. You have this ship card, which represents a move, two of wands, a move. Even the Ten of Swords can, by the way, in the playing card reading system, Ten of Swords or the Ten of Spades is a card called the ship. And, you have the ship here. And it can just represent going from one place to another. Even in the Lenormand card reading system, this is called the ship. And it represents going from one place to another. So, for a lot of you, this could just be a move that you're making. You have that no place like home card. And I feel like there will be blessings in this move. You can see he's making a symbol with his hands here that represents a blessing. So there are clearly blessings coming in for you at this time. But it could be after a difficult ending that you've already experienced. I do feel like some of you are hoping for the truth in a situation. With the Queen of Swords here, she's seeing things clearly for the first time. It's like you've been patiently waiting for the truth as well. You go down to the Strength card and then you go to the King of Swords. So if this was a love situation, the King and Queen of Swords are my least favorite divine counterparts because usually they're not facing each other. She is facing him, but he's facing forward. He's not looking at her, and they can be in conflict when they show up as divine counterparts as well. But you have the Ace of Swords, which can say that you're getting a victory over the situation, or you're getting some sort of truth here. Even when we go this way, it's kind of saying to me that your patience is about to be rewarded. Like, I feel like you've been patient for a very long time, and it's like now you are receiving your rewards. So I really like where this is going. Let's see what we get for you here, Taurus. With the Queen of Swords, you have two cards, actually. One wanting to pop out. So this two wands kind of flew off. I don't know if you could see that, but you have the Eight of Cups as well, walking away from something. I'm wondering if you saw something before it happened right here. If you walked away from a person, I kind of get the feeling that you surprised them by walking away. It's like maybe they thought they had a very strong hold over you, or I feel like they were just hoping or thinking that there would be a different reaction. I don't know, kind of seems like a jerk to me. This is a very specific story, but, I think this person thought they had a certain kind of control over you, but it's like I almost feel you're this person here. I always say there's two people on the tower. That one guy's diving head first. The other person's like, oh my God, I can't believe what happened. Even though the tower's on fire, right? So I feel like some of you, it's like you saw it was on fire. You're like, no, I'm out of here. I'm jumping, right? This could also be a boss. Take how it resonates. It's like maybe you saw this about your business or career, and you chose to leave it. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. So again, I feel like some of you are healing. I actually kind of like that you go from the Ten of Swords to the Nine of Wands because it suggests that you have gotten up. The other interesting thing is that normally on the Two of Wands, he's holding this one wand. You have the Two of Wands here as well. And on the Nine of Wands, he's holding one wand. But I kind of like that you go from the Nine of Wands to the Two of Wands because it's like you're opening up to a new world. He's holding on to that new wand in front of him on the Two of Wands, and he's got the whole world in his hands. So some sort of ending in your life, and again, it doesn't have to be a breakup. It could just be a loss, a death, whatever, is leading to like expansion is what I see here. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Five of Swords. I feel like this could be a separation, breakup, obviously. We've already talked about this. Could also be just taking a risk. I kind of feel that taking a risk would be a good idea for you. And we're talking about a calculated risk, like to, start a business, or to do public speaking, or to ask your boss for a raise, or to ask a person out. These are the risks we're talking about. We're not talking about, some sort of crazy risk. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says there's still time to change the road you're on. It's never too late. There you go. Then you have this card that says take chances. You'll realize how perfect something will turn out. Like I said, I feel like it's time for you to take a risk and to just do something that, could just, maybe it's something that seems a little bit impossible, or, a little bit risky. Again, I think we all have some certain like fears in life, and, many great teachers talk about how our fears guard, gold basically. I think it's like Joseph Campbell might be like one of the first people to talk about it. He talks about dragons guarding gold in like every single great story. And the dragon just represents our fears. So, I feel for a lot of you, it's like you could be facing some sort of fear, and it could be, against something that you've always wanted. So I kind of get that feeling here. You have the Tower, the Strength card, and the Magician. I do feel like some of you need to like prove to yourself how strong you are, or how much strength you do have. And again, this could be in some sort of fear, or something that you do fear. I kind of have a question popping into my head here as well, Taurus. Did I say, I feel like I've been saying Virgo for some reason. I hope not, but some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. But, I also get here, like, it's saying to me, like, are you trying as hard as you possibly can? Sometimes I think we're afraid of success, so we don't, we don't do everything we possibly could. Like, I've worked with a lot of people on YouTube, and there are so many people I've worked with who have like asked for help, and I tell them what to do, and they don't do it. So, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, are you not doing something because you're afraid of it? And again, I'm not criticizing these people. To me, sometimes if we don't want to do something, it's because we actually don't want to do it. We don't actually want to do it. So it's not a criticism. I'm just saying, it's like sometimes I think we self-sabotage, and I feel this is saying maybe you're facing that though, because again, I really feel you're this person here in the red. It's almost like you're choosing a tower moment you already have. Could be to like walk away from a person here, or to make a change in your career, or something like that. And again, I feel like this is a good thing. I feel some of you have had a light bulb moment, and again, you might be having a light bulb moment about what you need to face here with the Strength card. Again, I kind of get this feeling of like, are you doing everything you can? And again, not a criticism here, Taurus. I really wish I had a better, I wish I had a better thing to say here. It's I can only say YouTube, because it's like I said, I've worked with so many people on YouTube that have asked for advice and things like that, and and again, some of them, it's like I can tell that they're holding back, right? I can tell that they're maybe afraid of the success. Maybe that's not the right way to put it, but I'm just giving you an example here. But same thing in love as well. It's like plenty of people ruin relationships because they're afraid of what could happen, instead of just kind of going along with it and getting to the place where it does happen. And I feel like that's where you're at here. Even going this way, you have the Magician. If you're going up to the Hierophant, if you're attracting love into your life, I literally feel this is saying you attracted it, so don't question it, right? Could be an air sign, could also be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, because you have the Wheel of Fortune here. You have Scorpio twice, you have Leo 3 times in this reading, 4 times actually in Scorpio, 3 times. You have all the other signs twice that I mentioned, because you have the World and the Wheel of Fortune in this reading. So, again, I feel like you could be attracting a person, and it's saying like, no, you attracted this. I also feel some of you, it's like the Magician is a card of reinvention. I feel like there has never been a better time where we can reinvent ourselves. He's got this snake wrapped around his waist, represents the Ouroboros. So again, if you've ever wanted to change your story, now is now is the time. And people always say, how do I change my story? I'm like, just start telling a different story, right? It's like we all say the same thing to ourselves every single day, over and over and over again, right? Something that's changed my life is I pay very close attention to the words I use, and I constantly am changing the words I use on myself, the things I say in my head, all that other stuff, and I start telling the story that I want. Like if I want something, I just start talking about as like acting as if I already have it, and it's like I've attracted many, many things that I've wanted just by doing that. With the Tower, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, a card of adventure. If you're attracting a person, I definitely feel it'll be an adventure. Could be long distance for some of you. could require travel, but I don't know. I see this moving quickly. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which can kind of say that things are going to turn in your favor very, very quickly. So it's like maybe you travel to see them quickly and then you move very quickly, or maybe they move very quickly. Take it how it resonates, but definitely an adventure. With the Strength card, you have the Fool. Definitely time for you to take a leap of faith. This is going to, if you're thinking about taking a risk, this risk is going to change your life, whatever it is. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny, but it's your destiny how you see it. It's your personal vision for your life, the Wheel of Fortune. So again, if there's some sort of risk you're thinking about taking, you have this next level card right here, and I'll read that to you in just a minute. But I feel like you're taking something to the next level here. But again, I'm not suggesting it's going to be easy. I feel like you have to take a leap of faith here. Clearly, we talked about taking a risk already. It's like you have to put the work in. With the Magician, you have the Queen of Cups here. It could be a water sign as well. Definitely could be a Scorpio. I know that every reader and their mother reads the Queen of Cups as Cancer, but personally, I read her as Scorpio. Even in like the Golden Tarot, for example, she is Scorpio in the Golden Tarot. So, but take it how it resonates. Could be any sign. This is a general reading. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have a spiritual card. It says, use money. We were talking about this, about manifesting. Use money magic spells to increase wealth and prosperity. There you go. You have this next level card, taking your finances or business to the next level. It also says here, uncharted career demands, constant evaluation and adjustment to succeed. Sorry, some of these cards are weirded very, very strangely. But anyway, I feel like for a lot of you that you could be going into uncharted territory or uncharted seas. You have that ship card as well. So don't be, part of the risk could be just doing something that you don't know how to do it. That could be the risk here. Maybe you're doing, and I always tell people, the secret to life is that anyone who's been truly successful, they had no freaking clue what they were doing. They just did it. So, I kind of feel that energy here where it's like saying, if you want to do something, just do it. Just get started. Just start moving in that direction and start learning. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Wands, and the King of Swords. I kind of feel like a karmic reward here as well in the King of Swords. King of Swords is like law and order, but I feel like the universe, while I do feel this could be a past person maybe for some of you, obviously it's not going to be true for all of you. And again, I specifically feel that it's not true for all of you, but for some of you it is. And again, I feel like some of you had a person, but I also feel law and order where it's like the universe is balancing things out for you, or the universe is about to, I wouldn't say make things fair, but it's like there's a much more fair energy coming off of this card now that I'm in this row. You have the Two of Wands again. Two of Wands is about leaving a comfort zone. I feel that everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. I've been saying it since 2020 that I believe everything we want is on the other side of something we've never done before, but I think it's extra true for you. I'm pretty sure I've said that to you in the past as well. So, leaving comfort zones, pushing yourself past the point where you would normally give up on something, those are going to be the places where not only will you learn the most, but you're going to get the most in those situations. So, don't be afraid to take those risks either, where, maybe in your business, you only have a certain amount of money and you want to double your income, right? I feel like this is saying at least try to do it. And yeah, maybe you have to take some risks. Maybe you have to go for bigger clients, which is a risk or something, but these aren't like bad risks. These are good risks. And it will change your life. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, as I always say, to me, it's a very good card. I think some people make it seem like it's actually better than it is. I'm not saying it's not a good card, but what I am saying is that, again, it's just your destiny in the sense that it's your personal vision for your life, like how you see your life going, what you see your life being in the future, and things like that. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, of course, is a card of self-imposed restriction, so I feel like it's time to get yourself out of your head. I feel like it's time to set you free. I do feel like something has set you free as well. Again, I kind of feel like some sort of separation. It doesn't even have to be in love, This could be a separation of, like, a negative person, or, could be the, separating yourself from a job. Something that you chose with the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower. I feel like that is the thing that could set you free, but again, Eight of Swords is a card of being a little bit stuck. With the Two of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. I wouldn't assume that something is going to be hard either. Ten of Wands is a card of burdens. And, on this Two of Wands, he's looking off into the future. I always say he's not looking at that world. He doesn't realize that he has the whole world in his hands. And, what does this card say? There's still time to make it, to change the road you're on. But also this one says, take a chance. You'll realize how perfect something will turn out, right? So I really feel this reading is saying you could be looking at something from your castle, right? He's standing at the top of his castle on the Two of Wands. Could be a person, place, or thing. I think it could be multiple things for some of you, some sort of risk. And I feel like it's saying, it's like from your perspective, your current position, maybe you think it's going to fail or be too much work. But actually, as that card says, take a chance. You'll realize how perfect something will turn out. With the King of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands here. Someone finds you very attractive, or, I feel like you could find someone very attractive here. I also feel you could be attracting like an older person. So, it could be someone who's a little bit older than you, or there could just be an age difference here in general. Finally, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this turtle. It says slowness and protection. You have the ship. It says direction and journey. You're clearly going on a journey. You have like every single journey card here, except for maybe like the Knight of Wands. But what I would say is that you have the world, which is like going on a journey. So some sort of risk is going to lead to like all this good stuff. And I feel like you literally need to go on a journey for some of you. You have the Hierophant, the Sun, and the world. The Hierophant, of course, is you. So I feel like your future self is saying, hey, you're showing up in a very strong position, a position of power and strength, when you show up as yourself. I feel like you've also learned a lot. I also feel like the universe wants to bless you because, he's making that symbol with his hands, which represents, he's blessing the people in front of him. And then you have the Sun. The Sun is a big blessing. The Sun is the best card in the tarot. So there's clearly a lot of happiness and good things coming in for you. I feel like you need to be more playful. This wall back here represents the wall we all put up against our inner child. So I feel like there are going to be a lot more, like I would just be more playful and more fun and, enjoy life more. I feel like doing that is going to attract bigger and better things into your life. And then you have the world, some sort of accomplishment, but definitely a move. Like some of you literally could be moving, or there's some sort of adventure here. Again, an adventure doesn't necessarily have to involve travel. It's like building a business is an adventure. Learning something new about whatever the hell you want to learn about is an adventure. But I feel there's like a lot of abundance, a lot of success in those areas of life. With the Hierophant, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. Again, could lead to marriage. Again, if there's love here and it's from a distance, I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of happiness for you, Taurus. So I would absolutely go for it. With the Sun, here you go. You have the Emperor. Definitely could be an Emperor type person. Fire really stands out to me. Again, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, but it could be an Aries as well, or it could be a person with those signs in their chart. So take it how it resonates. But I feel like it's like a real boss person. So there you go. I also feel like you are clearly bossing up. You're taking something to the next level here. You have that next level card, and it's going to work out perfectly, as that other card says. With the World, you have the Eight of Pentacles here. This is like the only Pentacle card you have here. Why am I not seeing any other Pentacle cards? That's so weird. But again, I feel you could be working on your finances, or it's like literally saying going on an adventure is going to make you more money. Again, I feel like something people don't realize about the time we're in right now is that, we need to move towards our desires. It's like, the best example I can give you is this channel. It's like this channel, it's like is just a passion, it started as a passion project, basically, just passion. That's it, and then it turned into something much, much more. It took time, but it's like I never in a million years, as I always say, thought that this channel would get to the level it's at. So, it's like you never know how something is going to turn out until you do it, is what I'm trying to spit out here. And so I feel like that needs to happen. Like you need to spit something out, obviously, but let's see. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have the Seahorse card. It says family matters. Everybody's been getting these family cards. There's 900 family cards in this deck. So, I would say that. But it is weird that everybody has pretty much gotten a card about family or something along those lines. So people, just could be one of those times where we're dealing with family. That is a good card, not a bad card. You have this April card. This is, talking about the month of April. And then you have this dog. It says protection from a powerful friend. So some of you could feel protected, or since the month of April, you could have been protected by a person. Maybe you don't even know it. You have the Star card. It says guaranteed success. Yes. Are you kidding? The whole entire reading. So you need to take this risk because, again, something is going to turn out perfectly. You have this lobster card. It says financial pinch. I would keep an eye on your finances, but overall, I feel like your finances actually you're working to improve them. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You have this back card that says take care, enemies working against you. I don't really think that they're enemies working against you, but I would pay attention. Again, I've said to this card's come up quite a bit as well, not in these readings, but I remember a couple weeks ago, a bunch of people had this card, and sometimes I think we had Mars retrograde in Gemini, and even though Mars is, well past Gemini now, sometimes I wonder, like, does that energy linger, and that Mars and Gemini energy, which we had for, 7 months, an extended period of time, Mars never spends that much time in a sign, unless it goes retrograde like it did in Gemini, and, what I would say here is that, I think that Mars and Gemini could have brought out some less than desirable traits in people in our lives. So, I would just be careful of those people that are negative. But other than that, this is an amazing reading. Definitely time for you to take a risk on something, but it looks really good. So, thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.